My video for January the 3rd, 2018 is entitled Weird Dream and Strange Synchronicity. As is normally the case, after I recorded and processed my previous video, I went back to bed for a while. I had a very strange dream. I guess you could call it a nightmare. I woke up shaking. Then I go to the computer, and one of the comments was about Cindy K. Courier's Facebook and YouTube channel being taken down. I did not believe it at first until I checked it for myself. I got this message about the Rise Together Cindy K. Courier YouTube. Quote, "This channel does not exist," end quote. I can't find a Facebook page either. I do find videos that mention her in some manner, but not her videos. If not for the dream, I would have let it go. Yet the synchronicity has stayed on my mind throughout the day. I've never thought of her as a bad person, despite her claim to be queen of the world and the detractors that put her down. I have my own detractors, and I know for a fact they lie. I hope this means nothing. I much prefer trying to have as positive an attitude as possible. I hope my weird dream is just that, a dream. Yes, I wrote that blurb actually last evening, and I had a friend call me in the afternoon yesterday that I haven't talked to in a while, and mentioned the dream to her, and she also had a nightmare that same previous night, you know. I don't know what it means. The setting seems, I've been trying to focus and see where was it. It doesn't seem like it's where I am now. It seems like it's a flashback to when I was in my own home. And of course, at that time, a policeman, as I've told the story before, probably more than once, I got a knock on the door at nearly midnight, and no one was there, and I didn't see anybody in the driveway, etc. And when I opened the door and stepped out on the porch to see who was there, a policeman comes around the corner, and I tried to get back in the house, but he managed to get his foot in the door before I could close it, and I ended up being arrested and taken to jail for driving without a license. And bear in mind, I was in bed sleeping when the knock came on my door. And in this dream that I just had, again, it was people in uniform, and I'm not sure of what there's just not enough detail that I can recall from the dream as to the reason or what was going on. And again, I would have just let it go if it wasn't for the notification on the previous video that Cindy K. Courier might have been arrested. Now, I don't know her. I don't know who she is. I don't know a whole lot of stuff about her. I've seen some of the accusations, but then I've looked yesterday at some of the accusations people have made up about me, and I know for a fact they're not true. People's minds go crazy, and people that try to alert other people to this situation in the world are not liked by some of the people in, quote, authority who don't like being exposed. And that's another thing that I've been looking at a lot of the arrests, stories of a lot of the arrests taking place of people like Hillary Clinton and I assume Bill Clinton and that senator from Arizona that I think I've mentioned that in a previous video. I don't even remember his name. But in any case, Cindy, when I first got familiar with her again, she was filing a lawsuit against Mr. Sino and Swiss Indo, but the next thing I know, she was one of his main proponents. So she totally dropped the lawsuit, and again, I don't know that story, and I don't care to know all the details of it. It's not relevant to me in my personal life, except for the fact that she and I were both, involved with Swiss Indo. And I didn't ever have any desire to file lawsuits or anything like that, although my friend Peter Van Run and other friends that were involved in Swiss Indo don't think very highly of Mr. Sino. Is he a charlatan? I don't know the answer. I do believe that many of our government officials are charlatans. They are not people who have humanity's best interest at heart. So when I see in a dream uniformed people, and it wasn't just one person. It was more than one person came, and I can't even recall. It doesn't seem like it was in the apartment. It seems like it was in a home, and so that I haven't lived in a home for a while, as you know. So anyway, I don't know what this is about. I don't know why the two seem to synchronize with each other, and I'm still, this morning, as I wake up, there's still a sense of apprehension that's happening inside of me, because I'm just not sure of what's going on in the world, in my life. I'd like very much not to have nightmares. I'd like to have dreams of the world that I've envisioned for a long time, where there's peace on earth. But I do know that, well, I don't know. I feel fairly confident that there is something happening at a level that's bringing down a lot of cabal people. The repercussions of that and the waves that spread out from that and affecting other people, I don't know what that's going to be, if it's going to affect me. I mean, I just simply don't know what the truth is. And I'd like to get back to just having a positive attitude and believing that the Creator is bringing in positive changes, and that's why there's these arrests taking place. But I also know if arrests are taking place, that they may still, as long as they're able, they may still try to negatively affect the lives of others that have been pointing out their scams, which I've been doing, as you know, for a long time. So I ask for prayers, and of course I've been asking myself for divine protection, and I'd like to be able to shake this whole idea that I could be in danger for some reason. I hope that's not true, but I don't know how things are going to play out. I want very much to have answers to my prayers that I've had since I was a boy, to bring the kingdom of heaven to earth. And at my age now, it's important that I start seeing some of these things actually unfold in a manner that lets me know that the promises are being kept and humanity is being redeemed, as it were. I'd like to think that. I'd like to know that, in fact. And then I'd be willing to let go of this life, and if necessary, and come back and start a life in a different world. But I just still am uncertain about the rest of my life here and now, at the beginning of 2018, and what's going to transpire for me and for humanity. So I thank you folks for listening, and this may not make any sense at all to most of you, but I wanted to put it out there because it is a troubling situation for me. Thank you for listening, and namaste.